I think it's time to move on from the recent unpleasantness. And when I say unpleasantness, what I'm referring to, of course, is that f***ing c***ing fox that f***ing f***ed up the f***ing front of Scarlet, and now we've got to do these f***ing repairs, and it's a you know, obviously I'm over it. So hi, and welcome back to Cardboard. And before we get tore in about what's going to need to be done to Scarlet, I just wanted to say thank you for the comments on the previous video, the one that's up there. I was a bit down when I recorded the one about talking about what happened with the fox, so yeah, I know it was quite a depressing video. However, it's been almost a fortnight since I recorded that, so yeah, I have moved on. I'm in a better place now. But yeah, thank you for the comments on that video. It did make me feel a wee bit better. Some of the stories about other animals hitting people's cars. Oof. If you haven't watched that video, let's say it's clicked up the link on the top there. The comments on it, there's some wild things that have happened to other people. So it does make me feel a bit better that Scarlet's damage is slightly limited, but it is worse than was first expected, to be honest. On the internet online, I'm not 85. On a Facebook group, the MX5 Owners Club, I actually posted the Fox disaster crash moment and shared it on there, and someone did say, where's the pictures of the damage, and I thought, oh, I didn't really go in depth on that. And someone else did say it doesn't look that bad. Now yes, while on initial inspection it looks as if it's basically just this that's broken. It's not. It's much worse than that. So the only way really to go through this is, what I'll do is I'll show you the damage. We need to go inside to discuss the plan because it's too cold. It's probably going to rain in about 3 minutes time, and every now and again I have to keep stopping trying to record because someone walks by and says, what you doing? So we need to do this as a sort of good news, bad news situation, to be honest, because, well, it would just get too depressing, to be honest. So, first things first, the bumper, as you know, is now split in two. Scarlet's got a burst lip, and the air dam is totally destroyed. Now, I only fitted that less than a year ago. In fact, I think it was like 7 months ago I fitted it. So yeah, that one hurts considering how much this actually costs, and in order to repair it, it's not going to be possible. So that'll have to be replaced at some point. The bumper itself, a good friend of mine and the channel, Mr. Philip Work, who owns a rather tasty Ford Capri. I might ask him actually if I can put a picture of it in now. If he's agreed, the picture will appear here. If he hasn't agreed, Phil, you're an arsehole. If he has agreed, Phil, you're a great guy. Phil has said that he might actually be able to help get this repaired. So when we get the bumper off, I'm going to take the bumper to Phil, and hopefully he'll be able to work his magic, because he has way better knowledge than I do when it comes to cars. In fact, he's on Ed China's level in my book. Hopefully we'll be able to get that sorted, and then it's just a case of getting the bumper repainted, because as you can see here, it's, well, there's about 16 shades of red on there, and they're all I need to stop swearing in videos. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get that repaired. Moving on, bad news story next, proper bad news story, and this is how bad the damage actually was. Behind the bumper there is actually an air guide, an air dam that sits right behind the bumper. It's attached here normally. As you can see in here just now, in fact I'll bring you in for it, as you can see in there, it does not exist anymore. There is a big hole in there. Now that should be in there, but it's not. Most of it's gone. In fact, the only bit left is this bit here. that's just mad. However, good news on that front. I managed to source a replacement one. I'll show you when we go upstairs, and that will get fitted to Scarlet when I do the repairs. Also, the under tray, the splash guard for Scarlet, is totally fractured in umpteen places and smashed to bits. I've also bought a new one of those as well, because the air dam connects to the bumper and the splash guard connects to the air guide, I think. So it's all kind of interconnected under there. It all needs to be replaced. The really bad news now, and this one is, well, this one hurts, but it hurts, but it doesn't at the same time, for one major reason. Scarlet is no longer going to have air conditioning, because that right there is the condenser, and it is completely destroyed. See, trying to get a new one of those, honestly, I searched everywhere online. I could not find one for want nor money. So what I had to do was just, once I found the aftermarket kit, which costs like £1,000, I instantly looked up AC delete and decided we're going to remove the AC system. It's a common thing that people do on MX5s anyway, and to be honest, since I've owned Scarlet for the last 18, 19 months, however long I've had her now, it's actually, will not be long until it's 2 years, but I've only used the AC probably 3 times. Once on a really hot day in Scotland, which only happens once a year, and twice in some extremely poor weather when I was caught short with heavy rainfall somewhere and Scarlet was misting up something rotten. So yeah, that's the only times I've ever used it. Apart from that, it's never on. So really, we're lugging about quite a bit of dead weight, and rather than spend a fortune trying to find either a replacement from a salvaged car, which would probably have to mean I'd buy a second car and then take it off it, I'm not going to do that, or buy the aftermarket kit, no, that's not happening. Just rip it all out. Best way to go about it. But yeah, it is annoying that, you know, Scarlet had AC, she's now not going to have AC because of a Fox. It's a bit annoying. After that, the next thing, the radiator. Yes, it leaked, and it leaked all the way home to the point where there was still some coolant in the system when I got back, because it's all over the ground here. But yeah, that's going to have to be replaced. I've already bought the part, it's sitting in the house. So that should be hopefully easy enough. That, I think, is pretty much the damage. I think. Have I missed anything? In order to do the... Ah, yes. Hang on. The only other thing I'm worried about... I'll show you in here, actually. The only other thing I'm worried about is looking down here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly, but when the Fox went through the front of the car, it's pushed back the condenser in this gap. I don't know if I've put that in. When it pushed it back, it pushed it into the radiator, and I think the radiator has actually been pushed back as well. It's at a bit of an angle now, sitting in there. I've already removed the airbox, just so I could see the damage, but yeah, it's not looking too great in there right now. It does look as if it's a lot closer back. That is obviously, that's part of the AC system, which we'll be removing, and we need to get that out as well, which is what runs the compressor. That's for the power steering, so we've got a new belt that will need to go in there. yeah, there's quite a lot to do, but hopefully should be able to get it done in the next week or two. Thankfully, one thing I did check is after I removed the slam panel, there isn't any damage elsewhere to the front of Scarlet. Oh look, there's another part of the air dam in there. But yeah, it's pretty bad all round. I mean, in here, look, I've already pulled the condenser away, but it's just falling apart. It's just a mess, total mess. So moving on to the plan, let's go inside because it's freezing and it's been snowing, raining, extreme winds, more snow, more rain. It's cold. So let's nip inside and we'll talk about the plan. That's better. Back inside. It's warmer now. The weather's been Scottish. Just no other way to put it. It's been Scottish here for the last week or so. It's been unbelievable. One or two other things to show you. I'll get to the air dam in a minute, but first, I've already removed the grille. Now, when I say I've removed it, you might have seen it in the picture in the last video I put up that this was actually wedged like this inside the front of the radiator. It had gone right through the condenser. It was sat like that. It's bent and warped and buckled. It's completely destroyed. I don't think this is what actually ruptured the radiator, but there's quite a few. I'll hold it up to the camera. There's quite a few bits there that possibly could have punctured it. I don't know, but yeah, that just shows you that's one bit totally ruined, completely gone. Might give it away one day. Well, I'm keeping it for now. And the other thing, the air dam, that is what should be sat behind the front bumper. Obviously, just now, what you've seen downstairs, obviously just now, that is what is currently still attached to Scarlet because it's held on with bolts, but the rest of it, all of this bit here, all gone. I think that's actually partially what some of the noises were once I had driven past the point of the impact, because there was the actual incident itself, and thankfully the only microphone that was recording was the one that was on the camera on the bonnet. Or trust me, it would have been a lot worse sounding if you had cabin noise, because there was a lot of clatter, crack, crash and bang. So that was nasty. But yeah, that's the new air dam there. Managed to pick that up for a reasonable price. I'm not going to go into how much all the parts are going to cost, to be honest, because, well, we'll save that for the end of 2021. But currently, there is a whole raft of parts waiting now to be fitted to Scarlet. More or less everything's come over the last week or so. There is the replacement number plate holder, and I've also got the bracket this time that attaches it to the old tow hook. Currently, the one that was on Scarlet was fitted using just the plate. It didn't have the actual arm for it, so I'm going to do it properly this time. Also got a replacement hose for the top of the new radiator, because the one that's currently on Scarlet was a bodge job. It's actually had some shrink wrap put around it or something. So yeah, all the parts are pretty much here. The new under tray is hiding somewhere. I can't remember where I've put it. But yeah, the plan then. How are we going to go about doing this? Well, this is where I wanted to open it up to you, because I can make a video about doing the bumper removal, doing the radiator removal, all the other stuff. I can do all that, and I could sit and do it for like an hour, and it wouldn't bother me. I would sit and maybe edit a few bits out, but I'm not sure what way you would like to see it. Do you want to see it in the term of the way that some people do YouTube videos, where this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, take them out, bang, there you are, and then whoosh, new one on. That's it. See you in the next video. Subscribe, like, share, all that. Or do it the way that I've been doing it, like with the coilover install video. A bit longer, more of the effing and jeffing left in, and mistakes. I would rather do an honest from start to finish than just go, "Way, this was nice and easy. Look, there we are. One ruined front end of the car, and then 3 minutes later, hey, we're on the road again." I don't like the idea of doing that. I would rather have what's and all, but that's just my personal preference. What I want to know is what's yours. Would you prefer if I did a, what do they call it? It's like long form and then short form video. So the short form video is just basically screw, get that out, put on the new one, screws back in, job's a good one, versus what I've already been doing in the sort of medium to long variant of video. Let me know in the comments below what you would prefer, because realistically speaking, I can make a video about the bumper removal, the AC removal, and the radiator replacement. That can also be a video on its own, or alternatively we can just lump it all into one video, and then fire that up and then we can move on. It's obviously personal opinion, I would rather do them all separate, but I'm asking for your feedback on this one because I'm not 100% how to do it. These are unexpected videos, so what do you reckon? Let me know in the comments below. Should we do them individually or just lump it all together, do it all in a winner, get it out of the way and move on? Because we've still got to do the Meister Art review video at some point. Because believe it or not, the coilovers have actually now been on Scarlet for, it'll be well over a month now they've actually been on Scarlet, and I've driven her quite a bit. I think up until the Fox incident, I'd actually put almost 600 miles on her since her MOT. So that's, I'm quite proud of that. In the space of what must have been only 3 weeks that I actually had her back, she was getting heavy usage. I'm not going to say abused. She wasn't being abused. She was just getting heavy usage, and that was it. And do you know the thing that is really devastating is that because there's been a lot of ice about and snow and whatnot, I would have liked to have got her out for a bit of fun in that, but hey ho, it is what it is. But yeah, that's it for this video. The plan basically, as far as I'm concerned, will be strip everything off, hopefully in the next couple of days. This video should go up onto YouTube either on Thursday night or Friday the 21st of January. Once this goes up, fingers crossed, the weather will be good. No, we'll say good. We'll say decent over the weekend. If the weather's decent enough, hopefully get the front end of Scarlet removed and get her halfway back to being usable again. I'm really still worried about what we're going to do about the radiator, to be honest, because yes, there was still some coolant in the system when I got back home. I say it was in the system, it was still coming out of the system. There wasn't much left, I don't think, so I'm still really worried about the head gasket, but hopefully when the time comes and everything's back in place, hopefully Scarlet will start, and hopefully the head gasket won't have blown. That's the main thing I'm worried about now, because all the parts are here, we just need to fit them. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Hope everyone obviously is keeping well and safe and whatnot. I know just now various different countries around the world are in some form of lockdown or another, and here we are basically stay at home, do nothing, don't leave, don't breathe, but do go to work. Makes sense. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this one. I'll catch you on the next one, and obviously let me know in the comments below, what do you reckon? Long variant of video or short, sharp, to the point, move on? Let me know in the comments and we will see what you decide. And we will go for whatever you decide and get them all recorded and uploaded, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. That's it. See you later. Bye.